Goron, as you probably know. I'm with Inquisidorcat, and I'm just asking sort of general questions about what game you're playing and what games you're playing on Twitch, what are your plans for the future, and what are your favorite games, those sort of thing, Cat. So I'm gonna leave you for this second, Cat, to say everything that you're doing. I pass it to you.
Yep. Hello, everyone. I'm Inquisidorcat, also known as Cat17 for the older folks. I just did a tech check there so I can see that the Goran is actually live. So sorry I was a bit absent, but now I can see the stream going.
Yeah,
But yeah, you mainly find me streaming on Twitch on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Occasionally some random other days. And other places you might have seen me is Twitter. I post occasional screenshots from the Switch, occasional photos from everywhere, and links to Reddit when I actually post something I have painted over there.
okay.
Yeah.
What you're playing at the moment, you've got Might and Magic 6, you're going on to 7, and I've forgotten Adeptus, no, that it isn't that one, it's the other one. You're doing some Warhammer games as well. What's your inspiration for that?
Well, I've been into a game workshop IPs games for let's actually get at least like 20 years. I've been in the hobby
Okay.
about.
Mm.
And I have streamed so many, like mainly 40K games, but there have been fantasy games and well, a single Age of Sigmar game as well.
Mm.
So I just naturally decided that since there are so many Games Workshop IB games, I might just make that every Monday is going to be the game where I dedicate to those.
Yeah. Yeah, we actually have a request from chat, although I think you know where this is going. Zayuf has a request that you say well, we all know where this is going. SOS, but replace the O with U. I don't think Cat can do that. Uh, but
Not gonna happen.
not gonna happen. But hello, Zayuf. Welcome to the stream. Do you have any other questions to ask Cat that don't include that specific word? Oh boy. So, okay. Might and Magic is under Games Workshop as well, and you've.
No, Might and Magic is not Games Workshop IP. That's why it's on Tuesdays.
Okay, I see. Sorry, I was focusing on other stuff, so my apologies on that, Cat. You were saying about how you've been into Games Workshop stuff for 20 years. Um, I also know personally that you paint models. What are your favorite sort of classes to paint, and how's all that going along? Um, sorry, I might.
Like painting overall, it's a very like mixed bag for me. Like I really enjoy doing it, but it really needs the motivation to actually get me
Hmm.
started while doing it.
Okay.
Do it.
Hmm.
At this current moment,
Hmm.
I'm actually quite pleased that most of the models I have here that have been undercoated are finished
Okay.
right now. There's a lot of scenery which I usually enjoyed painting a lot more
Hmm.
than times past that
Okay.
I still need to finish. But I'm currently in the mood that I want to actually paint units, not not scenery.
Hmm. Zeof has asked how long have you been streaming? I haven't asked you ever, and I should probably ask now. What made you start streaming as well? So
um,
I'll ask that.
yeah, the thing that got me like started to want to stream was just finding out that well, I had a job at the moment when I started streaming, so I
Okay.
had some income to spend, and I
Yeah.
wanted to get an Elgato so I could record games I play on Switch.
Yeah.
And the fact that, well, since I'm going to get an Elgato, I want to get more use out of it as well. I want to
Yeah.
also stream it, and since I have so many friends who stream, it was very natural that I would start streaming as well.
I mean, for me, just recording and archiving whenever I'm playing a game, even forgetting about having other people in a lovely community. I mean, that's a big reason why I stream, because I'm like, okay, I can look back on myself playing these streams. Sorry, playing these streams, playing these games. So yeah. Um, yeah, I asked this in passing. What games have you got planned in future? So you're doing Might and Magic 7, well, immediately soon, right?
Yeah, Might and Magic 7 is going to start on next Tuesday. If there isn't going to be any technical difficulties, which I doubt there is going to, I need
Mm,
to. That's most likely what I'm going to do tomorrow. That I'm going to get the game ready so I can start 7. Because
okay.
the way I have been streaming Might and Magic 6 and 8 have been
Mm,
using the Might and Magic 8's engine
yeah,
with a mod called with a mod that unites all 3 games to be in that engine.
yeah.
And there have been a lot of technical difficulties during it, because my version of the mod is very ancient, but I
Mm,
can't really update it without starting everything all over again. So I'm gonna push through with this version and maybe later on doing it again with a more modern version of the mod.
okay. And what are your plans for the far future? Do you have any other games lined up, for when your Monday and Thursdays change, or
Well,
is that still in flux?
some things are in flux, depending on can I get things to work. But there are hard solid plans,
Mm,
which first of all I should mention because I'm going to forget it anyway if I don't. On my uh, Twitch page during the
yeah.
streams, you can see that there's a countdown to something
Mm,
called a punishing stream.
yeah.
It counts the amount of subs. If that's
Yeah.
going to be filled before the date it shows, so before the Catholic Day, I'm going
Mm.
to do a stream where I'm only going to play games which are going to be horrible to play. Just for the sake that people can see how horrible they are, and I'm going to share the
Mm.
pain. Most of it's going to be on my side, but it's going to get this pain around.
Mm.
Not mentioning those games yet. Some I have been hinting at,
Mm.
but some of them I haven't gotten to work yet, so that needs work. On the other fronts, the goal to get Blackstone Fortress to continue have been met.
Yeah.
I've been working on
Mm.
to get that series going on again, but there is still a lot of things to do before I can say when that's going to happen.
Mm.
Mainly that I need to recreate the environment, get those things working again,
Mm.
etc., etc. It's going to need work still,
Mm.
but I'm on that.
Okay. I haven't ever asked before, so I guess I can ask now. Well, not what's your whole mantra, but when did you start being Inquisitor Cat? Meaning, what sort of, made all the iconography and, what made your name, basically? Because I know I've always loved Gorons from such a young age. I mean, I honestly do feel like a Goron, whether I'm, streaming or not, to be honest with you. Uh, when did you start going, I'm Inquisitor Cat?
Well, it's like I can't recall like when was the first time ever I used the name. I do
Mm,
remember that like since the Minecraft account I've been using has the same name, it
mm,
has been existing at least at that point.
Okay.
but most likely even before that. And the account was created during the beta times, like at the moment when
Okay.
you needed the account to play. So it's at least that old.
Okay. Um.
Um, the name itself came very naturally.
Mm,
I like during like years past, aka before I moved on my own,
mm,
we did visit quote unquote Spain. It's part of Spain, but not in Spain. Canarian Islands, to be more exactly.
yeah.
We visit there at least like once a year.
Okay.
So I have spent a lot of my time over there. So the Spanish culture has stuck. And I've been forced to be the translator in the immediate.
Oh.
So that's why I chose the Spanish spelling of Inquisitor instead of the English
Okay.
one.
Yeah. Okay. I
And
see.
everyone's just been calling me a cat ever since I've been born. Like there hasn't been a single group that doesn't automatically point and call me a cat. Like, it's a funny test to do. Whenever some of my relatives or friends have a baby, when they start to talk, when I'm going to
Mm,
first see them at the moment when they like have started to talk,
mm.
9 out of 10 cases, they will point a finger at me and say cat, cat, cat,
Uh,
without knowing that
mm.
I go by that. They just see it in me.
Yeah, I think the only thing my family has called me has been a bear, to be honest with you. So, yeah. Supposedly I'm a bear. Um, best go to Alaska or something. Um, hmm. Uh, yeah, so, just trying to think. What's your favorite experience of playing a video game? Any experiences sort of stick out for you?
Mm, that's a very multitude of question. Like it would take me hours to go through. Like there are separate occasions. I can't list like what
Mm,
which one would be my absolute favorite, but I can list like a couple that have been sticking
okay,
out, but they are not going to be in any sort of order.
no worries.
Like my first time I got to play Mystery Dungeon was with the Blue Rescue team.
Okay.
I actually got the game while we were at the Canarian Islands. Because I made a
Mm.
bet with my father. I not only that I've been the translator, I've also been the navigator. Because I never get
Yeah.
lost anywhere. I always know the direction where to go.
Mm.
Don't ask me street names or anything like that. I just know that it's in that direction about 200 meters.
Mm.
But yeah, so like I made a bet with him that he said that if we go to that direction and pointed away, we are going to get to the hotel the exact same way as if we go to that other direction. I said to him, "Yeah, we are going to get closer to the hotel, but there are going to be walls, and we aren't going to get through them." Like, no, there isn't. There has to be doors to go by. We went that way. There were just solid walls everywhere, no way to get across. And by that bet, I won my copy of Mystery Dungeon,
Nice.
which was very, very weird to find because it's an American copy. It's a legit copy. Like one of the only legit game copies I've seen in Canada ever. Like places were filled with pirate
Interesting.
games, but that were
Yeah.
genuine as anything else. Like
Hmm.
the amount of advertisement inside it, you immediately know from that it's a genuine without even
Yeah.
going deeper into the packaging.
Oh,
But
okay.
like during that trip, like one of the most sticking out points, like during the entire
Hmm.
game, because if you look at my playthrough of the Mystery Dungeon DX, which is a remake
Yes.
of that game, I
Have you done multiple playthroughs of Mystery Dungeon? Because it was re-released. I remember seeing you playing that, and that is, I've forgotten to say, this is, you have saved it all, haven't you, Kat? So if
yeah,
anybody wants
I
to see
can't
this.
recall that any of the episodes have been lost. Um, but I can't recall have I actually see like did I stream the entirety of it? Well,
Mm,
like because I started with the demo, far as I remember now,
Okay.
and then I went to the full game when it was released. But I can't remember whether there a single dose that I skipped or not, because I
Mm.
didn't intend to do a full playthrough. It just happened.
Yeah.
The game is so emotional. It's
Mm.
I didn't want to stream the end, but I ended up doing that anyway.
Oh gosh, I watched the end with you. That was really emotional. I think I was crying. Yeah.
So far,
Uh,
I have never seen anyone able to go past that without crying.
so do you have any plans for Pokemon in future? I remember you saying in passing that there's what is it, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes coming out soon?
Yeah, well, soon is a relative concept. At like before Christmas, they're going to come out.
Mm. Do you have any plans to stream those at some point?
Yeah, unless something drastic happens, my plan is to do the exact same thing as I did with Sword and Shield.
Mm.
That I'm going to play the quote unquote better version as my personal copy, which I will
Mm.
always be ahead, and the other one I will stream.
Okay.
So expect me to stream Diamond version.
I see
Sorry,
that.
Pearl version. So
You said both, so now we don't know. I see.
Diamond is the
Live
better
let
one.
us.
That's why I like it,
Okay,
even though I've said it.
okay.
But the Pearl is going to be the one that I'm going to be streaming.
Hmm. Um, yeah. I don't think I have any sort of major things to sort of ask. I think we covered the major points of it. I know you need to go soon. I'm probably gonna hold it and then raid you when you start playing. What are you playing today? Is that going to be Phoenix, right? And hello, Carmiag.
Yes, indeed. Like Thursdays for a very long time have been
Mm,
the Ace Attorney trilogy. I
yeah.
did put a pause on the Ace Attorney after finishing the first game because I want there to be
Mm,
some break between
yeah.
the games. But I finished the Hyrule Warriors
Yep.
in the between time. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, it's time to return to Ace Attorney.
Yeah. Hyrule Warriors was definitely good. Thanks for having me on for those streams. Yeah, so yeah, what was I trying to think? Yeah, is there anything else you want to say? I'm just noticing that you'll want to be heading off soon, so yeah.
Like I'm in not that much of a hurry. Like I have set up most of the things mainly when I'm hopping off this interview. I'm just going to grab a drink, and that's pretty much going to be about it.
Yeah.
Everything is set up.
Well then, I'll keep thinking of things to ask then. Yeah. Of course, after this, we will raid Cat and we'll see you live as a streamer. Definitely. Let me think. I was going to keep on going on about Pokemon. What was your favorite trait? I never traded too much.
Favorite trade? That's actually a hard question. I haven't done that much of trading overall, outside of like when I played Pokemon, like the original Pokemon Diamond.
Okay.
Because then there used to be a site called friendscodes.com. It was a
Mm,
place where it was an online forum where you shared your Nintendo games friend codes.
mm.
And I actually hosted a trading forum there myself, like a
Oh,
personal one,
nice.
because I was one of the rare that has the first model of DS, and I have Pokemon Emerald, so I
Okay.
had an easy access to Dittos. Dittos were in very good stock back in days, so I actually managed to trade some Dittos for some legendaries.
Sounds like you were doing rather well then. Have you ever been in any form of professional Pokemon? By the way, playing in professional tournaments or whatnot?
Well, I have been in like like there is an event in this city, which well, unfortunately have been cancelled for the past 2 years, but a convention called Dragon.
Mm,
They have always had a Pokemon tournament and a
mm.
gym challenge. I never partook in the tournaments themselves because I just can't do the work for competitive breeding. I might
Okay.
handle and go through with the IV training, but not with the breeding part. It takes
Yeah.
way too long. It's way
Mm,
too demanding. But I have completed all the gym challenges. I have all the gym badges.
yeah. Okay. And just thinking of something that I have seen you do before, just because I know I have an interest in it. What are your plans with regards to Magic? Because you used to play a little bit of it on stream about a year ago, if I remember, or at least open some packs. Yeah.
Yeah, I have opened some of the packs, and I I might do some more pack opening as well. But there's the fact that since I have no webcam or anything, you can't actually see what I open, so you just have to listen what I have been opening.
Oh,
But I
okay.
do try to collect some packs to Arena, so it's
Mm,
going to be much more of a visual thing. The same thing as I switch from opening actual physical Pokemon cards on stream to opening some on Pokemon on like TCG online.
oh, okay. What was I was gonna ask, since you're gonna be playing it shortly, what's been your favorite moment in Phoenix Wright so far? And of course, to chat minus spoilers before anything. But I'm sure, like, I've heard enough from Phoenix Wright for the past 10 years that I think it's okay asking this question.
Like overall, like outside of the streams, I have been playing the latest release, which is the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles,
Okay.
and that game has it's a combination of two games, but those have been a huge blast of fun.
Mm,
I only now just started the fourth case into the
mm,
first game,
mm.
but it's been such a blast. Like I've been regretting that I haven't been able to play more of it. And
Yeah.
overall, I find it so funny how, even though I haven't had that much time to play with it, I've been
Mm.
advancing in it the fastest of any game in the series.
Maybe that's a clue for what you should be doing in everything. Is it gonna be Detective Cat sometime soon? Uh,
Like the game isn't that hard. Like I think
mm,
like overall the hardest ones are the original trilogy. It gets the games do get easier, but like going forward,
mm,
but they also go far more visual, far more
mm,
well, yeah, far more visual. Let's just say.
mm. Actually, thinking about visual, I noticed that you like a lot of Skyrim stuff. Did you start playing it in 2011 like I did, or what's your story with Skyrim? Um,
Um, I can't exact. Oh no, wait! I actually do remember. I weren't able to get a copy of Skyrim like when it was released originally. All
okay.
the places were just sold out, and then there weren't any offers on anything. It was just the full price. When it was available again, it already like died out at that point, like cooled down.
Mm,
So stores didn't restock even when they were able to. And I was like,
okay.
well, I'm not going to pay the full price at this point because even
Mm.
just to pay the full price, I would have had to get a ride to a city like an hour away.
Oh gosh. Yeah, it would cost double. Well,
Yeah,
maybe not.
because like back then, I of course didn't have a car yet. I,
Okay.
so it would have been like a hell to get a copy. So I waited,
Mm.
and when they released the game, was it the game of the year or the legendary? Still, like it was a bundle box where they had all
Mm.
the DLCs with it.
Oh,
I managed
nice.
to grab that like very near its release for the price of the original game.
Mm.
And yeah, that was where I started playing Skyrim itself.
Mm. Radio Bean says 2011 isn't a real year. Welcome, Radio Bean, to the chat. Do you have any questions for Kat? Is what I'm asking Radio. Um, so yeah, well, the image that I've got right here. The problem is I don't know how my webcam is mirrored, so I assume I point this way. Do I? I'm just trying to see myself. But yeah, the image right here, where did that come from?
That like my logo isn't that new overall. I've been
Okay.
like fiddling around with it and designing it, but as far as I
Mm,
remember, when I finalized the design, it
mm.
was with Animal Crossing for 3DS.
Oh, so you made the design in that.
Yeah, that's
Interesting.
I actually painted inside the game originally. I like the
Mm,
one that you are currently using is a vector rendition made in
okay.
Inkscape, but it's based on the original from DS.
Okay. Yeah, I think they're now talking about conspiracies about 2010 and 2011, so I think I'm as confused as I can possibly be. What are your plans for multiplayer? I didn't ask you. Are you planning collabs with any? I mean, my apologies. I know you're planning Blackstone Fortress with people, but is there anything else possibly in the works?
Most of the things I unfortunately cannot say anything about.
Okay,
There have
no
been a lot of
worries.
things in the work, but I have no privilege to
Okay.
talk about them.
That's no worries. I didn't know if you did or you didn't. It was worth a shot. I feel like I'm secretly trying to find out the government secrets or something. But yeah. Let me think. It's oh gosh. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Um,
Now, unfortunately, the time is of the essence, so I
yeah.
can stick around for, let's say, one more question, but after that I have to hop off.
I think I'm out of questions. If there's anything else you want to say about your channel or your streaming or anything in general, now is probably the best time then.
Well, overall, you can always catch me up on Discord, and
Yeah.
the Twitch chat itself are always open. I'm open for suggestions. I have my schedule, but I have done streams outside of that schedule. Most
Mm,
recently, they have been Skyward Sword,
yeah.
which I most likely will continue doing since I haven't had time to play that particular game outside of those streams yet. So that's gonna be one thing. But overall, I have it's all we play games which are fun and people can join up.
Mm,
And yeah, that I don't really have anything else to say at the moment.
that's no worries. Well, thanks for being here and thanks for letting me interview you. And we'll see you soon on, well, when you're playing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney in a few minutes. Yeah, thank you. Bye. Okay, so that's sorted out there. So I'm just gonna see when Cat goes live, and we're gonna give him a nice raid. Hope you enjoyed that interview. I think it was quite informative. Uh, I tried my best to get the truth out. But yeah, how is everybody in chat? Yes, thank you. Um, but yeah, I always find Cat as a person to be lovely to talk to. I find his streams to be very interesting, and I do really recommend if you haven't checking him out. And I've put the shout out there. So yeah, so he is live now. So well, there's not much more I can say. You have been informed. Thank you everybody for coming. It's lovely of all of you. By the way, thank you Araxial for the follow last night. And yeah, we're gonna get this way going. So take care. Bye everybody.